Hi everyone, I'm John Williams.
And I'm Rory Williams.
And we're excited today to share two wines with you, the classics really, Chardonnay, 18 vintage, and 17 estate grown Cabernet Sauvignon.
Two of the classic wines from Napa Valley. Start off here with a little bit of Chardonnay. You thirsty?
Yeah, maybe just a sip.
A little bit, right?
I appreciate it very much, yeah. And Shale and Stone, Chardonnay from the Truchard Vineyard. Dear friends of ours, the Truchard's been growing grapes for us since mid-80s, really, 1985.
Absolutely beautiful hillside vineyard down in the cool, foggy Carneros region. Dad, you have become extremely familiar with this vineyard over the years.
It is straight up and it is straight down. It's my aerobic exercise every vintage.
The Shale and Stone referring to the shale soils of this beautiful hillside site, and the stone referring to how it's made.
Yeah, we make it in a slightly different way. You know, I'm not a big fan of the big, oaky, buttery Chardonnays. So when we thought about our Chardonnay, we wanted a little more lightness, a little more minerality. And we wanted to celebrate this terroir, this idea of the shale type soils. So this is 100% barrel fermented in brand new French oak, but only about halfway through the fermentation. At that point, we take it out and age it in these big concrete vats that we have for up to almost a year on its lees.
It's that just 5 or 6 days in the brand new oak barrel and then 11 months to almost a year in a big concrete tank. And that's what's really giving this wine lots of precision, lots of elegance. Like you said, Dad, minerality and that kind of...
Oh, and I love that nice brioche sort of toasty sort of character, and that's from the lees. All that time on the lees. A little bit of reductivity in this wine, and it's so good with food. It's going to be unbelievable.
Dad, that's the acidity in the wine really playing true to both the site and to how we love to drink our Chardonnay, which we end up drinking a fair amount of our Chardonnay.
We certainly do, yeah. But Cabernet Sauvignon.
Cabernet Sauvignon, I hear, is pretty good from Napa Valley. Yeah. 2017, bit of a roller coaster vintage with the heat. And obviously the fires towards the end of the year. We were fortunate to avoid much trouble with the fires at the end. But, you know, Dad, I think 17 ended up being a really fantastic vintage for us. Every vintage has its own curveball, its own set of challenges. 2017, you know, it was kind of straight curveballs there for a few months.
It didn't seem that way.
But that was okay. You know, we have very resilient vines, the dry farm vines, the organic vines. Really, we've been planting them and farming them for years in a style that allows them to take whatever's thrown at them by nature. And we counted on every bit of that in 2017. Very hot vintage over the summer, kind of a crazy roller coaster vintage during harvest. And then obviously we were lucky to avoid some of the troubles with the fires at the end.
Not entirely. We actually ended up declassifying a fair percentage of this wine that didn't make the cut, almost 15% of the wine. You know, that's typical of great wineries. They do what it takes to make great wines in difficult vintages. And this is a great wine.
Yeah, there's fabulous payoff with this wine, which we worked on so hard. It has that deep fruited character, great dark fruit to the wine, even a little more dark fruit than usual for us. And I think that speaks to the strengths of the vintage, which are to add a little bit of richness as long as you can keep everything in balance. And fortunately, that's been kind of the name of our game for a while, is finding that balance in the wine.
Now tell me about what you think about the role of, I mean, this has got a significant amount of Cabernet Franc and Merlot in it too. That's helping give lift to the nose and aromatic depth, but the wine doesn't suffer in body or anything. This has got a tremendous amount of body.
Not at all, Dad. When we talk about Rutherford dust, it's that aromatic complexity, it's that lift to the wine, the beautiful kind of seamless texture. The Merlot and the Cab Franc are adding that to this wine, and I think play a great role.
I honestly really love what we did with this wine, and I think it's got legs. I think it's gonna hang on for a long time.
Dad, this is a wine I think we're gonna be drinking for the rest of our lives. And we hope you enjoy it as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cheers.